In today's video, we're going to be showing you how to remove the balance ring on your top load washer. So the first thing we want to do in order to get at the component to remove it is we're going to remove the cabinet. We're just going to insert our putty knife on top of the cabinet into that slot, press forward, and that lift up and that releases the catch. And we'll do the same on the other side. And our console will lift up and flip back. So the next step we want to do is disconnect our harness to our lid switch. On this model, it's located here in this corner. On other machines, it may be located in the other side or in the middle, but there will still be an electrical connection that you'll want to disconnect. And so all we need to do is just to raise that tab and pull the harness back away from the switch, and you're disconnected. Our next step will be to remove this clip and a similar one on the other side that'll unlock the back from the cabinet. And to do that, we're just going to use a blade screwdriver, insert it down into the clip, pull backwards, and remove the clip. So again, we'll just take our blade screwdriver, set it down into the clip, pull back, and it pops right off. With those clips released and our harness disconnected, we're able to take the cabinet off of this. To do so, we just go to tip it forward, open our cover so we can get a hold of it, and just lift it away. Then we're going to want to remove the fabric dispenser and reach down inside, and there's a cap. And there's a bolt down in here that we're going to remove that holds the agitator in place. So the next thing we want to do is remove that agitator bolt with our ratchet wrench and socket. With that bolt loosened, we're able to remove the agitator. And we can now see the drive lug. So now we're going to loosen this drive lug nut. Now on this particular model, there's a couple extra pieces here on the transmission shaft, and this is called an agitator assist. Not all machines have that. It's just part of this model that they use in order to help the dual stage agitator work. So to remove it, all we need to do is just to lift it up off, and the same with this piece. And we'll set it to one side, and now we can loosen that nut. Now the nut is a little unusual in the fact that it's round and has 4 notches in it. The manufacturer designed that way in order to use their sort of specialized wrench that has 4 lugs that lock into it. And you're basically striking it with a hammer to get it to loosen up. If you don't have one of these wrenches, and it's hard to sometimes borrow them, you can also use just a regular type of wrench, just something with a good length and thickness to it, and you can just insert it into that one of those lugs. You can also do it this way as well, locking in the front piece. Sometimes they're on really tight, and if they are, then you may have to borrow the wrench to take it off, but this method works pretty well. Unthread that nut and set it aside. So our next piece to come off is going to be our tub ring, and it's very easy to remove. It's just held with these plastic pieces. And you're just going to push down on your tub ring and pull the tab out. And there's several all the way around the perimeter, and you'll just do that on each one. Now to get at the drive lug, we need to remove this inner basket. This inner basket is actually sitting on the lug, and that's its main purpose, is to hold the basket to the drive shaft. So now we'll just sort of move the machine forward a little bit and wiggle that basket so it's free, and it'll come up off of that drive lug. So the balance ring can be removed by just using a blade screwdriver, and you're just going to insert it and pry a little plastic tab out of the way a little bit, just so we can lift that up. And once you get a couple released, it'll generally give you enough play that you can release it all. So the purpose of your balance ring, and it's liquid filled, so you may have noticed as you've moved your washer for some reason that you're hearing water slushing. It's coming from this balance ring. And what the balance ring does is help offset clothes in your basket that may be more on one side than another, so that when it goes to spin, centrifugal force will force the water that's in the balance ring to the opposite side of where the heavy weight is to try and settle down the washer to give you a smooth spin. So what'll happen is, if this, for whatever reason, the water leaks out, now you started to notice that it's vibrating more or it's bouncing around a bit more when it spins, and maybe because that this has lost the fluid inside and needs to be replaced. And that's how easy it is to remove your balance ring. Now in some machines, this part may not be available as a separate part. You may have to buy the whole inner basket, but if you can get it separately, that's how easy it is to change.